All right, Jeff.
All right, Ryan.
We are looking at Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two, 2012 Disney.
2012222.
In case you were wondering, 2. So
This is the Xbox 360 version.
we're looking at,
the
the
game.
360 version of Epic Mickey 2. The original Epic Mickey was a Wii exclusive, and a game that, as someone who enjoys some Disneyana, as they like to call it.
Is that really what they like to call it?
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
I don't like to call it that, but that's just... I can't help that. That's what happens.
All right.
But jam-packed with Disney and Disneyland characters and references. A lot of good obscure stuff for folks who are way into that kind of thing. But just the actual gameplay in it was so damn clumsy.
Yeah. So we saw the Wii U version of this game on our live stream, and you mentioned that. Well, I mean, we saw the frame rate in action there, and it was practically an atrocity.
Yeah. So. Performance issues have not been the same here on the 360. Here we're in a little
So it's
2D
less about
section
the technical issues. It's more about just kind of the.
Here
It sounds like you're not having a good time with this game.
I haven't been loving it. Some of the core issues with the original Epic Mickey came from the fact that it was on the Wii and was trying to be a fairly sophisticated 3D platformer.
Yeah.
But just the camera wasn't up to snuff, and just
Right.
the controls didn't feel like they were where they needed to be.
I have to say, I understand for gameplay purposes, when you're adapting a Wii game to another console, you're going to have to do this cursor thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of lame that thing's on screen at all times.
I agree.
That it doesn't fade out or, some kind of...
I agree, and also because it implies that there's this level of sophistication that's just not here. Like you need to have.
You never need that kind of precision, right?
Not really. I mean, you're kind of just hosing over a general area.
Yeah.
So as you saw in that last little section right there, I'm playing as Mickey Mouse, and I've got my buddy Oswald the Lucky Rabbit behind me.
Yeah.
And he is with me at all times. This is a cooperative game, whether you're playing by yourself or with a buddy.
And it's local co-op.
Yeah.
Another person can jump in. Okay.
You can play two-player, although, to my knowledge, there is no
drop-in
way for me to swap characters
either.
either.
Okay, all right.
So, and Oswald and Mickey have very different abilities. Mickey has his paintbrush, which he can use
shoots it everywhere.
He can shoot. This is thinner, which you can use to dissolve certain elements in the environment, and this is paint, which he can use to create stuff that's not quite there.
Come on, let's do this thing. He says.
Yes, oh man,
I don't know.
Oswald never talked originally. He was a
Pre-talkie.
Disney character, so
Push that ball into the Tron machine.
not really thrilled about the. Oh, hopefully that does it.
Maybe that recognizer will come alive and kill you.
Nope, instead the ball went down over here.
Oh, well. So what sort of control, when you are playing alone here, what sort of control do you have over your partner?
Find that damn thing down here. I have, okay, so, Mickey's got the paintbrushes I was showing off there.
Yeah.
And Oswald has that electricity ball that you saw, which activated that little thing.
Yeah.
Here you can see this little blue kind of TV device back here.
Is mine.
I can direct him to, hey, start making that thing go. And he will do exactly that. Oh. And I can do a little double jumping.
Can you play as the other character just when you start the game, or
No,
if you're playing alone, you are Mickey?
When I'm playing alone, I'm Mickey, and there appears to be no way for me to change the other character.
Right.
And like I said, he can do the electricity thing, which will activate certain pieces of machinery, and he can also fly with his little ears. So I can use my B button to call him over to places, and when it's appropriate, I can toss him up in the air, and he'll float. And then I can actually double jump, and he'll carry me, and then we can kind of go over certain. Obstacles.
So when he's carrying you, you do control him.
Yes, I have control there. Otherwise, he just kind of runs along. I can't say he's really much of a liability, so it's not like that's been. I haven't found myself getting overly frustrated with
like AI stuff.
With the AI stuff, and sometimes this game has a habit of being really kind of vague and indistinct about the objectives. And there have been times where I've been following Oswald because he has a better sense of where the F I need to go than I do.
Yeah.
So just like right now, I threw that ball down here and then it disappeared, and now I'm not sure where I need to go. So I'm gonna try going back down here, see if.
There's your ball.
And I'm gonna die here. Yep, there we go. That's probably for the best anyway.
He died.
Yeah. This game is thick with collectibles. Alright, so I think what...
Like multiple types and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, yeah. So I've also got these over time I'm getting these sketches, which give me different kind of short-term abilities. See, up next to my little picture in the upper left, I've got a clock, and I can also tap the right bumper to bring these fairy wings. If I use the clock, I hold this button down, I can make time slow down, which...
Shall we go to Rainbow Caverns?
For certain, definitely don't want to go to Rainbow Caverns. Let's try going over this way. There's also just a lot of, kind of big focus on non-linear designs, both in the 3D and the 2D environments. So, find yourself
Wait up, Mickey.
pretty often going one way or the other, and they're not being just like a clear, like, okay, for your objective, this is where you need to go. Doing that. You get these tickets, and you can use those to buy stuff in shops, and there's also a lot of kind of traveling from one environment to the other.
What is going on?
Bad physics. Alright, pressing A, and try it there. Oh. I want to pull it this way, and then I want to try and...
You have to thin the dude out to...
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on here. Alright, just grab it. I really just want to get onto the other side of it. There we go. Oh, and that's going to go down into here. Alright, powered that up. I guess that's good.
Be right there.
No, that's not going anywhere.
Is there a way to tell if an item can be thinned? Or you just kind of have to thin stuff and hope for the
You
best?
kind of figure it out, like, it's a lot of the, you'll see, like, brightly colored things, like, here, I'll bring this piece back, and you'll see, like, you kind of just tell from the color palette, like, you got this drab kind of wood stuff over here, and these piano keys, but then this bright pink cassette tape here.
Well, maybe that's... Maybe it's just me, but that doesn't seem like a great way to distinguish.
No, it's not. It's very trial and error. It's definitely a lot of, like, just kind of futzing around in the environment, and you figure out, oh, hey, that's a thing. All right, then. Moving on. I got this concept art.
Concept art 34. That's one of my favorites.
Finally. Oh. All right, I'm back here. Great. Can I go down this hole? No. Can I go this way? Okay. Trying to get stomped here. Oh, no. It's...
Yeah, that's...
And... Alright. And I find a lot of the platforming just be kind of...
Should we enter the elevator to Disney Gulch?
We'll go to Disney Gulch. What the hell?
All right.
Kind of futzy, kind of just imprecise.
Yeah, your movement, just even eyeballing it here, just...
And that's just the 2D stuff. And the 2D stuff is, as far as I'm concerned, significantly more fun than the 3D stuff.
Gosh.
But a lot of the times, and this kind of harkens back to the structure of the original Epic Mickey. A lot of those levels are just like, you need to go through that environment just to get to the next place you want to go to.
Right, yeah.
And if you want to fast travel, you can do that in specific cases, but you need to pay tickets to use those services.
Ah. What are you trying to do overall? What is the...
So we are in Wasteland, which people who played the first game remember that is this weird pocket universe that the sorcerer, Yid, what is it? It's Yin Said, which is Disney backwards, the sorcerer from The Sorcerer's Apprentice, creates this pocket universe for all of the discarded Disney characters to go live.
Is that really his name?
Yeah.
That's canon. They didn't make that up for the game.
No, that's canon.
Disney shit's real stupid.
Here, so I can take... You'll see these little kind of photo op places where I can take pictures of, I guess, stuff.
Take a picture of that big rock.
Take a picture right there. Oh, wait. There we go.
Does it care where you take the picture? I mean,
Yeah, you
you're
can
probably
see...
supposed to be taking a picture of that big rock, right?
No, I need to take a picture specifically when that thing is lit up green.
Oh.
I'm not sure what it is that's triggering that. There, yeah, these little photo ops, which if you collect enough of these, I can...
Sphere in place. We should retrieve the sphere for the train.
Yeah.
But he's too far away for your brush. However, he's not too far for a guardian.
Whatever.
The guardian pool should be able to attract one.
So, let's... You see these little outlines when stuff needs to be painted in.
Right.
Those are pretty obvious, but it's not a case of just... Or it's not always a case of paint everything that's not painted and you're good to go. Sometimes you do need to thin certain things and keep other things painted to traverse correctly. And again, you'll find enemies like this which are pretty low-key. Mm-hmm. And Oswald will shock the hell out of them, and I can either thin them to eliminate them, or I can paint them to make them my buddies.
Right, which that's the main mechanic from the first game.
Yeah, that's
when you're dealing with enemies.
That's unchanged.
You have limited paint and thinner?
I do. I've got, you see, again, underneath my little picture there on the left, I've got the green and the blue meters that fill out. So even if you drain it down all the way, it will automatically refill to that first pip, at least. And as you paint and thin stuff, you'll also find little paint buckets and stuff to refill with, so...
Is that like a meaningful mechanic? I mean, if it recharges to this point where you always have enough of both to do what you need to do, does it seem like it matters, or is it just kind of needless?
Oh, let's get you over here, Oswald.
You hit that dude. You hit your dude.
I know, I didn't mean to.
Whatever, he had it coming. You're Mickey Mouse. You do what he said. He does what you say.
I threw him up in the air. I want you to shock the thing.
What are you doing?
There's a gremlin in here that we can save.
This is
There we go. So yeah, that's a case of just I had to wait for the AI to
Just
do
its
around
thing.
and do its thing. Oh, trying to hit the thing, not you. Come on. There we go.
Thanks for freeing me. I don't know what happened. I was exploring the
So
dark,
there's like
and
objects you
something
can collect.
hit me
There's
from
like the
behind.
pictures you can take. There
And
are
I
also
woke up in that
hidden
cage.
Mickey
It
and
ruined
hidden
my whole
Oswald like
morning, it
shapes
did.
in the environment you can take pictures of.
Since you rescued me,
just-
let me help out, my friend. I can
Just
shut
all
this
sorts of
down
stuff like that
ya.
for you to get
There,
distracted by.
That should do it. Thanks again for getting me out of that cage, pal.
And for all of the like just kind of Disney characters and imagery that they stuff into this game, like I don't get a lot of just kind of the Disney feel from it. Save for there are some musical numbers that the mad scientist character gets into early on that are pretty good for that kind of thing.
And how would you feel that compares to the first game?
Let's see. I want to remove the box, and then I want Oswald to come over here and do something. I mean, I feel like it. Oh, and I died. Great.
What? I didn't.
Yeah, that happened pretty quick. I think that at least the visuals in this game are better at capturing that cartoony feel than the first Epic Mickey was. Like this environment maybe looks a little flat, but there's some places where they get the feel right, and I think Mickey also just himself looks better. All right, so I guess I gotta take care of this guy a little more urgently.
Yeah, I know how to do this.
Okay. Oh, get back here. Good Lord. Speedy. Nope. Ah!
How do you feel about the camera? That seems like the main complaint about the first game. The camera seemed better in this.
Well, the camera was... You had, like, no control. It was just,
Right.
like, snap behind. So the fact that I can use the right stick here makes it immensely better. It still will get, like, hitched up on stuff. And there's just, like, funky physics issues. Oh, it's the first one of these
This
projectors I've actually unlocked.
leads to the angel side of Rainbow Caverns. Shall we?
Sure. Could you have opened that chest that you filled in? Is that like you
Yeah,
fill it in and open it?
Yeah, but I got distracted by this because the projectors were a bigger part of the first game, and in the opening of this game, they're all busted. So kind of one of my quests is to go back and fix these projectors, and it's the first one I've seen. So just okay. Don't have any paint here, I guess. I don't even know what just hit me. Terrific. Just clumsy, man.
Yeah, like you kind of got near the bats.
Just funky.
But I mean, that whole
being,
lamppost is glowing in a real, hey, come interact with me sort of way.
Yeah, but I've got no paint.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he's gotten up there. Can I just go through this house? Oh, okay. That was locked on the other side. And I can do a little quick attack there with the X button.
Uh-huh.
Where am I supposed to go?
Jump over the bats.
Nope. Oh, okay. There we go. I feel like that's pretty indicative of the weird ways in which this game makes assumptions
Yeah.
about what you would, how you would know to interact with things. Like, I have definitely found myself repeatedly kind of just stuck in spots.
And then doing something that's like kind of a weird,
It's just
like just not obvious or not at all clear what you should be doing.
right where like it spends a lot of time focusing on like, hey, this is how the thinning
Yeah.
and like these mechanics work, and then other things it just doesn't even mention at all.
This projector leads to the angel side of Rainbow Caverns. Shall we?
All right. And there's a lot of this, like, there are these connections of, like, okay, to get to this place, you need to go through this other place, but there's never a great sense of the world.
Right.
Everything still feels extremely compartmentalized, and there's not really even, like, a big picture map that you can look at to figure out, okay, this is the route, this is how this...
You just know you need to get somewhere and you have to try to remember.
Like,
So do you have to backtrack a lot or anything like that?
yeah,
or?
you're always, like,
Okay.
going back and forth through environments. All right, so now we're here. I'm not sure what I need to be
Jump
doing
over
here.
there and that's a button or something.
Don't worry about it.
All right, so just simple things like this. Like, just it's a platform that I'm supposed to be walking on, and things just you get stuck, and there's just snags, and
Yeah.
like they want to have this very kind of contoured and naturalistic looking environment. Oh, and then these things are gonna screw this up. All right. Well. Oh fuck. And that
That's
drops
just-
for some reason.
Well, it's because you had to stay standing on the button and your homeboy.
In order to
Got
reach the
off,
other
didn't he?
side, it looks like both you and Oswald will have to work together.
I'm all over it.
See, and you'll find stuff like this. Okay.
More stuff.
This is where I need to fight these assholes. Am I hitting him? Am I hitting him? Oh,
Looks like you got him.
yeah, but I now have one life bar left here. Somehow. You'll find these little ink pots here, which when you get into them, depending on what color they are, they'll have different effects. Now I'm invisible, But to keep invisible, I have to move real slow. And every once in a while, I just get knocked around. I'll just be walking somewhere. I was walking over here, and just kind of pop me out for some reason. I don't know. I guess I don't really need to be hunting out problems in this game because they just kind of present themselves. But
Yeah.
This one's mine.
you stay there. Okay, I still got these guys being jerks.
Beneath those statues live the 7 sisters, spirits who watch over the citizens of Wasteland. Maybe
Oh,
they can
oh,
help us
oh.
reach the other side.
Yep, it's gonna go badly. Out of friggin' ink.
Can you ink the guys?
I can, but they're kind of far away.
Like, I mean, while you're like walk up as far as you can
I don't-
there.
the thing
and
is, I
then
don't have
get
enough
the-
ink.
you get the one on the.
Like, I think I need multiple. That's where your ink supplies become an
Oh.
issue of.
Denim.
It's not going to recharge fast enough.
Denim.
Yeah, I guess I'll just thin them if I can.
Has there been any sort of interplay between, or good and evil, kill versus convert?
There have been suggestions in the story of, like, the path may change depending on whether you choose to paint or thin. Mm-hmm. But it's not been anything too. Oh, thanks, buddy.
Everyone loses there. I don't know, man. This game sort of looks like a bummer.
It's a huge bummer.
All right.
That's accurate to my experience so far, as it's been just frustrating and kind of indistinct. Like there's some nice looking stuff in here and some ideas that are interesting, but
Yeah.
I don't like the mechanics. I don't think that they.
Well, I mean, they've had 2 shots at doing this, and it seems like they're not.
I really thought, like, after the first one, like, okay, there was a base there that could be interesting. Maybe they could learn some lessons from that.
Statues live the 7 sisters,
But
spirits who watch
that's
over
not
the
been my
citizens of
experience here with
Maybe they
Epic
can
Mickey
help us
2.
reach
It
the
still
other side.
feels kind of half-assed in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So maybe if I. No, right here, one of the 7 sisters, I guess. How do I get off of here? All right, well, I guess I'll go over here. Try this. Oh.
That's sort of weird. Instead of hitting them, you build in the world. Yeah.
And then I died.
All right. Well.
I feel like I haven't shown much of this game, but like just this has been what has been my experience.
Yeah.
Of just kind of struggling to get to a new place and not really sure why I need to get there because the storytelling method and the way they give you objectives is indistinct. You can see I've got this pause screen where I can look up. I'm not sure what exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I can look up exclamation point. So that's
Find a way across the cavern.
That's where I am, and I can have different. I think if I'm in different areas, it'll show me the different quests that I have that are specific to that area.
Okay. Yeah.
But I have a bunch of other like active quests right now.
Right.
But I have no way of seeing what those are because none of them
Are here.
have parts here.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. That's
Yeah, and you see there's just like 4 of the different currencies that exist.
Yeah.
Plus collecting spirits and film reels and sketches and costumes. So they jam all this other stuff in, but they don't get the core right, which is kind of a problem. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I feel like between this and seeing the Wii U version, and kind of seeing
It's massive.
the mechanics, but then also the technical stuff there. Like
Yeah.
this game seems like it's no thanks.
Yeah, I'm. And again, I love a lot of the source material, and I think there's a clever base here, but I don't know what kind of game. I feel like they're making kind of an old-fashioned like 3D platformer, but with more ambition than that. But that ambition doesn't really serve it well
Yeah.
because it's just not. the execution's not there. So
Yeah.
it's a bummer, but that's Epic Mickey 2: The Power of Two. We're playing the 360 version here. There's a Wii U version. There's a PS3 version. There's a completely separate game on the 3DS, which I hear actually a lot more promising things about.
I have heard a lot. Like now that it is also out, I've heard it is not.
Oh, okay.
It's not what you want it to be.
I've not touched that game, so
Yeah.
I can't speak to it. But all I can say is I am about as maybe a little less underwhelmed by this than I was the original Epic Mickey, but not enough. So it's unfortunate, but there you go.
Thanks, Ryan.
Beneath those statues live the 7 sisters.